Hey there, guys. So I want to thank you, as always, for joining my midday live stream. So this is the first live stream of the new year. So I'm excited to sort of kick this year off with you guys and give you something that you can sort of take with you to get you started. If you're focusing on, whether it be like a fitness goal or a nutrition goal, or maybe you want to get more steps in, what I'm going to be talking about today is going to pertain to that. It's going to be a little bit somewhat about goals as well as challenges. And I'm going to explain sort of the difference between, creating a wellness challenge as well as how it differs from a goal. So, before I get this started, I do want to mention that for a limited time, I'm offering 60% off my online fitness coaching program. This is any sort of commitment level, any sort of plan. You get 60% off that specific plan when you join my online fitness coaching by January 8th. Now, again, this is not restricted to any specific plan. This is to all plans. You will get 60% off once you schedule your consultation by January 8th. So you can always reach out to me and send me a message. Even if your consultation is scheduled after that date, you will still be able to get that 60% off the program. You just have to sort of have your consultation scheduled beforehand, even if it is after that date. So you'll get that 60% off the online fitness coaching program that you choose once you go through the process of sort of understanding how my program works and how it's priced. Then you can sort of determine from there what you want to choose, but you will get a discount for that program. So I do want to mention that that's going on until January 8th, which is next week. So if you're interested, feel free to reach out and let me know that you're interested and you're ready to get started. Again, that's a really good deal. So I would definitely jump onto that if you're interested. But with all that being said, guys, let's go ahead and get started with talking about today's topic. Now, this is a topic that I've not really sort of discussed. And this is going to be, again, it's going to be sort of about wellness challenge and how to create a wellness challenge. And one thing that I do want to clear up is that this is somewhat different from a goal. And I'm going to explain that in detail on how that works. So, what we're talking about basically today is wellness challenges. So, what exactly is a wellness challenge? Or what are wellness challenges? So, wellness challenges are initiatives designed to encourage individuals or groups to adopt healthier lifestyle habits. These challenges often focus on various aspects of well being that include physical fitness, nutrition, mental health, and overall wellness. Now, when we're talking about wellness and talking about sort of the difference between, when you're talking about the difference between a wellness challenge and, say, maybe a goal. So when we're talking about wellness challenge, again, a challenge is more of a broader, organized activity, whereas when you're talking about a goal, it's more of sort of an individualized objective. So goals are often more targeted, addressing a particular area of wellness, such as weight loss or achieving a fitness milestone, whereas a challenge encompasses multiple aspects of a wellness physical activity, encompasses that those various aspects. And the reason I'm looking off is because I do have notes to sort of explain the difference between these two different topics, and that's something that I really wanted to clear up because I want you to understand what differentiates a challenge versus a goal, because they do sound really similar. And that's something, as I was creating the presentation, that's something that I sort of thought about, and I wanted to sort of clear that up, is that there is somewhat of a different aspect to when it comes to building a specific goal versus having a challenge. Challenge, again, can be involved with other people, so it can be a plan that's more of a team based sort of plan. However, it can still be individualized, by yourself. To me, the way that I see a challenge, in, sort of relation to a goal, is that a challenge becomes more of a, you're having, you're setting more of a, you would set basically like a time based sort of plan towards it. What I mean by time based is you're making it into sort of a plan that's, you have a set endpoint, versus when you're talking about a goal, it does have a endpoint, but it is more of specific based on a plan, whereas a challenge is somewhat of a short term, if that's making sense. I know it sort of sounds odd, but I do want to sort of explain these differences because there is a difference between the two. So, some of the topics that I'm going to discuss today are various different challenges that you could implement. Now, again, this can be team based. You could work with somebody else doing these specific challenges, or you can do them yourself, just specifically to yourself. What I meant to say, too, talking about challenges, is that creating a challenge creates a sense of urgency to complete something. So, that's something that you need to keep in mind, whereas it differentiates a little bit between a goal, whereas a challenge is going to be more of short term, and then a goal could be considered more of a longer term sort of milestone. So I hope that clears that up a little bit about sort of understanding the differences between those two. So these are the topics that I'm going to discuss today, and that's going to include, various different aspects when it comes to fitness and health. So you've got step challenges. So participants or anybody, even if you're working sort of with somebody to reach a specific goal. So this is aimed towards anybody who's wanting to achieve a certain number of steps each day or week. So it's encouraging increased physical activity. This can be done by individual or teams. Again, this is more when you're working with, sort of creating challenges, it is more of a community based thing. But again, they can be individualized, they can be done by yourself. But when you have somebody to help you and when you have somebody to guide you, it does, create the sense of urgency to complete something. Fitness challenges target specific fitness goals, such as completing a certain number of workouts in a week, achieving a personal best in a specific exercise, or participating in a fitness class. So, again, talking about these challenges, these are more of short term things that you can accomplish. What are different things that you can do? And it can also go hand in hand with your habits. What are different things that you can do that you can challenge yourself in a specific aspect of your journey? If you really want to improve, your fitness, then maybe you want to make it a challenge to achieve a personal best in one of your workouts. Maybe you want to make it a challenge to set a number of specific days a week to work out. That's basically what we're talking about when we're sort of going over challenges. Nutrition challenges. So, challenges may involve adopting healthier eating habits, such as increasing vegetable intake, reducing sugar consumption, or trying new recipes. Again, think about short term stuff that you can change. That's what these challenges are. Hydration challenge, encouraging participants or, of course, any individual to increase their water intake by setting daily or weekly water consumption goals. This is particularly important for overall health and fitness. So, looking at these, think of something that you feel like in sort of your fitness journey or your health journey that you want to improve on, and create a challenge towards that. Again, like let's say, for example, going back to sort of nutrition, say you want to increase maybe your fruit intake. Say you want to increase maybe, let's say, a specific vitamin. Maybe you want to increase your vitamin C. Creating a challenge to, you know, reach that specific, goal. Reaching that short-term goal is basically what you're doing. Increasing your vegetable intake. That's something that you can make a plan to make a challenge over a certain amount of weeks or a certain amount of days. These are short-term things that you can do that are going to help you overall into achieving your goals. So, a lot of challenges, if you're focusing on a specific challenge, it's likely going to be more geared to your overall goal, whether that be talking about muscle gain or whether that be talking about weight loss, fat loss. Maybe you're wanting to gain more muscle. A lot of your challenges may involve increasing your protein intake. They may involve, maybe increasing your hydration, because hydration can contribute a lot to muscle protein synthesis, like what I talked about last week. It can help with that process of muscle growth. So maybe that's another challenge that you want to create. Being in a calorie surplus, increasing your calorie intake, that could be another challenge. So just think of these as really, small things or small habits that you can change. You create a challenge and create sort of a sense of urgency to complete that challenge. So I hope that you guys are sort of understanding this. I know that it seems kind of confusing because I'm throwing around the terms goal and challenges, but I'm trying to differentiate between those two because there is a difference. So step challenges, again, this is sort of expanding on what we just talked about, specifically on, each specific challenge that you could create. So step challenges, you can aim to achieve a certain number of steps each day, week, encouraging increased physical activity. So if this is something that you're trying to do, and this is something that I'm actually working on myself and I'm working to improving, is to get more steps in a day. Again, 10K steps is really where you should be. And, even though I am a personal trainer, I am a human, so I'll fall short of certain aspects. And steps are something that I've been trying to improve on. So that's something that I'm working towards. I'm making a challenge because, I have a Fitbit that I use, and that is giving me a way to sort of gauge my, what I'm lacking at. And so I'm working towards creating a challenge where, I'm increasing more steps each day. So a lot of the many ways that you can sort of help to keep on track towards that specific challenge would be, of course, to, having ways to track your progress, maybe having a fitness tracker. That's a great way. You can also use apps on your phone. There's a lot of different ways that you can sort of keep track of specific challenges. And again, you know, this sort of goes hand in hand with your goals. A step challenge goes really well, with a muscle gain goal because, cardio and getting more active, with cardio, you are burning fat. So burning fat is again going to help, and it coexists with that same goal of muscle gain. So just sort of keep that in mind. So, how can you stick to that specific challenge? If we're talking about achieving a step challenge or achieving a goal to increase your steps, how can you stick to that specific challenge and know that you can achieve it? So, first, of course, and these are some tips to keep in mind, you need to begin with achievable step goals that align with your current fitness level. So, you don't want to create something that you're not going to be able to attain at your current position or your current sort of fitness level at this time. If you're just starting with sort of a fitness routine, you don't want to just create this huge sort of, specific challenge. You want to do a gradual increase in difficulty. You want it to start to where you can easily attain that step challenge and then go from there. And you want to become more comfortable and confident as you're, going through that process. So you want to incorporate walking or any other form of physical activity into your daily routine to achieve that challenge. So you may need to change certain things in your daily routine to sort of meet that specific challenge. Whether it's a morning walk, a lunchtime stroll, or an evening walk, consistency is key to achieving a specific challenge. Investing in a reliable fitness tracker or use a smartphone app, which I just discussed, to accurately measure your daily steps, seeing your progress can be motivating and help you stay accountable. It's something I do recommend because I use my fitness tracker every day, and it helps me a ton to sort of gauge and see where I'm at. It helps me keep track of my progress. Helps me know what I'm lacking and what I need to improve on. And again, you can create challenges in like sort of your fitness app. If you want to work out for a specific duration of time, or you're wanting to reach a certain amount of steps, you can create challenges on those, whether it be like talking about, the Apple Watch or Fitbit, or if you're using MyFitnessPal, there's different things that you can use where you can sort of create these challenges to achieve. And once you sort of have this sort of sense of achieving something, it's helping you when you complete these little challenges to lead to your goal, if that makes sense. So, another challenge, and this is sort of expanding again on what I just discussed sort of at the beginning, talking about different topics that we're going to discuss in this presentation. Another thing is a fitness challenge. And again, I touched on it. A fitness challenge is a structured program designed to encourage individuals or groups to engage in regular physical activity, improve their fitness levels, and adopt a healthier lifestyle. So that's what you're doing specifically if you're focusing on a fitness challenge. Again, it's more based on, maybe you want to reach a personal best in your workout. Maybe you want to be able to, lift a certain amount of weight. That's basically what we're talking about here when we're talking more about a fitness challenge versus talking about a step challenge. So, what are the tips that you could do to stick to a specific fitness challenge? This goes again back to what we just discussed with the step challenge. It's pretty much the same sort of concept. You want to define your specific and realistic fitness goals for the challenge, whether it's increasing the number of weekly workouts, improving strength, or achieving a specific fitness milestone. Clear goals provide direction. So again, you want to have a clearly defined path, clearly defined goal that you're working towards, and create a challenge that's going to lead you to improving and achieving that goal in the longer term. So treat your workouts as non-negotiable appointments. Schedule them into your calendar or planner, just like you would any other important commitment. Making it a priority in your daily routine. That's a great way to see your workouts. And I think that's how a lot of people should see them. They shouldn't see them as, just something that's it's like you scheduling an appointment maybe for a doctor, maybe for a dentist, or it's like going to work. It's kind of a non-negotiable thing that you just do in your day. That's the way you should see it. It's a daily routine that you do. So, build your challenge around that. You know, make it as an appointment. Again, going back to fitness tracker. You could use a fitness tracker or a journal to monitor your progress, track the number of workouts you completed, the duration of each session, and any improvements in strength or endurance. Seeing tangible results can boost motivation. Again, when you're doing these small little things and you're making these adjustments and making these challenges to, reach these smaller sort of goals, you're going to be more motivated to continue on. And once these sort of you complete all these challenges and they stack upon each other, these little smaller challenges, you're going to see that you're getting closer and closer to your goal. And that's what I'm trying to, sort of explain with this is when you make sort of these little smaller short-term challenges, it's helping in the longer term to reach your goal. So another thing would be a nutrition challenge. And I'm not going to expand too heavily on these last few topics, but I am going to touch on them a little bit. When we're talking about sticking to a challenge, it is pretty, you know, self-explanatory on what you need to do. Whereas when it comes with tracking, comes with, defining clearly what you're going after. So nutrition challenges is basically a structured program designed to encourage individuals to adopt healthier eating habits, make mindful food choices, and improve their overall nutritional well-being. So again, I touched on that a little bit towards the beginning of this presentation, but with a nutrition challenge, there's different sort of things that you can create. And again, you can use these in fitness trackers. You can create, sort of a reminder for these. Maybe you want to increase your protein intake. Maybe you want to increase your carb intake. Maybe you want to increase your fat intake. You can create specific challenges each and every day on reaching that specific challenge. You can also, like, say, for example, maybe for me, I have a daily challenge and a daily sort of goal, I guess you would say, to get 3,000 calories a day into my diet. So that's my challenge for each day. Sometimes I don't achieve that, and sometimes I do. But the more that I achieve that, it's giving me that sense of accomplishment and that sense of success towards my specific goal. That's making sense to you guys. Another thing is hydration challenge, which I sort of discussed again at the beginning. Hydration challenges focus on the initiative designed to encourage individuals to increase their water intake and develop healthier hydration habits. And these are challenges and habits sort of go hand in hand. The challenge is helping you to establish that habit. So staying properly hydrated is essential for overall well-being, affecting various bodily functions such as digestion, circulation, and temperature regulation. And like I just discussed, talking about muscle gain and hydration kind of goes hand in hand, because protein, when you have more water in your diet, when you're intaking more water and you have higher protein intake, that's helping with the muscle protein synthesis process. So again, that goes towards that same specific goal. Your overall broad goal may be to have, gain more muscle. Maybe you've defined it clearly. Maybe you want to gain a certain, amount of pounds in muscle, and you making these small challenges, such as, getting at least maybe 80 ounces of water a day or something to that effect. Have the challenge of, I'm going to do 80 ounces of water this specific day and complete that challenge by the end of the day. Again, it's this little short-term thing, this little short-term challenge you're doing over a period of time that's building that habit for you to reach your overall goal. Alrighty, so that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. I hope that what I explained today was understandable, because I really wanted to sort of differentiate the difference between, creating a challenge versus creating a specific goal, where, again, sort of rehashing sort of what we discussed. When we're talking about a wellness challenge, that is more of a broader term for organized activity designed to promote overall well-being. So it's a specific activity that you're focusing on. Whereas a wellness goal, or a specific goal, is more of a individualized objective. So think in terms of, talking about a wellness challenge as more of a activity. And then when you're talking about a goal, you're focusing on an objective as sort of end goal, basically. So I hope that you guys sort of understand what I meant. And you can do these easily. You can write down these specific challenges that you want to, accomplish each day. You want to get this certain amount of water intake today. You want to reach maybe, so say maybe 5,000 steps today. Or, creating these challenges to complete each and every day is helping to improve your habits. And then it's also helping you to reach your goal, your overall long-term objective or goal that you're working towards. So, definitely try this. Create a challenge that you want to do, that you want to accomplish today. Again, it's these shorter term things that you're doing. And as you sort of achieve your challenges, you're going to notice that they're not going to be as hard. They're not going to be a challenge anymore, because you're building these habits, and these habits are leading you closer to your goal. They're healthier habits. They're not bad habits, of course. So keep that in mind. So thank you guys again for your support. Thank you for watching. I'm excited for this new year that's coming, or that's here now. And I'm ready to sort of see where things go. Business has been improving a lot. There's a lot of growth that's happening. It is a process, still. I'm still not where I want to be, but it's a part of the process. But I have a handful of clients that I'm training, and I'm excited to see what the future holds. Business is growing, and I know that there are greater things ahead. So thank you guys again. If you're ready to get started with online coaching and you want to learn more, you can visit my website. It's bponlinefitness.com. You will find a way for you to schedule a consultation with me. Consultations are free to schedule. You can go on there and have that done and completed, and we can start talking about how you can get on into the program, how the program works, as well as pricing and things of that nature. So thank you guys for your time. I will have another live stream next Wednesday where we're talking a little bit about building healthier habits. This is sort of a New Year's sort of thing that I'm doing here. So first we're sort of talking about goals or challenges per se, and then we're talking about, in the next week, we're talking about healthier habits and why healthy habits are important. So that's going to be for next week. So definitely check that out. Again, it'll be next Wednesday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. But with all that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching these, and I will see you guys in the next live stream.